Good evening, everyone. I know, it's been a long time since I've been on here. You've been saying, Red, where you been? Where you been? I know it's been that's over a year and a half since my last video, hasn't it? I know, I've been gone for a while. The truth is, folks, I've been busy, family matters and things like that. You know how it is. Been busy, this and that. But today, I'm going to start. The thing of it is, I'm going to do two knives for one video. And today we've got the Tops Backpackers Bowie and the Tops Quickie. Before we start, between the last video, I'm sorry about the shadow. I'm filming this at night, and you guys know that I'm not a professional with videos or anything like that. So bear with me. Bear with me. I've picked up so many knives since the last video I've done, and between then and now, I've actually sold a majority of them. For example, I'll tell you, had a SOG Pentagon. It was a second gen, and and another one. You guys remember the old school CRKT M60, the SOT-FBs, SOTFB, the 14 NKD and the 16 NKD. Right? I had the 16 NKD, not the one that said Operation Iraqi Freedom on them, which they provided to soldiers, and you had them in the store. People could buy them. They were nice, and they were AUS 8 steel. And, it's kind of that recurve Tonto design. I had the 16 NKD. I sold that, and kind of wish I kept it. But it's in khaki, full khaki. The handle was khaki. The blade was more like a golden khaki finish. And then, of course, khaki finish sheath. Real nice looking. Some of you out there may have one, the old 16 NKD, CRKT, SET-FB M60. Anyhow, let's get to it. So, I'll be doing some more videos. He said, Red, kind of just left us sitting there. I'm sorry. Well, the Top's Quickie. Not to be confused with what goes on in the bedroom. Okay. But, yeah, it's a nice... Both of these are $10.95 still. I'll give you my honest opinion on these. This is about $84, okay? It's one of my knives I picked up between then and now. That's what they're all going to be, knives that I've picked up between then and now. And, of course... $10.95, like I said. It's got that kind of a rough, not rough, but almost like a nice, smooth but grainy texture to it on that finish right there. This is a 3-finger hold, so it's almost like the way you'd hold a straight razor or something if you were in an old-fashioned barber shop. But it's small. For those of you that are wondering. And, yeah, it's got a nice kydex sheath. You got the lip right there that goes up. That's what I like about Tops knives and the sheaths, at least the kydex sheaths. They got that lip underneath, right? You can see it. That curves up, and so that when you're drawing this from the kydex sheath, the whole sheath does not come up when you draw that knife, which, as you all know, is it's annoying. For example, the Cold Steel Koboon. Nice sheath, steel clip, at least the modern day version. But it doesn't clamp hard enough. You draw that thing, the sheath comes out with it. Unless you got it set out or you use your thumb, you got it set up a certain way. That lip hooks onto the belt, and prevents the sheath from popping out there. Would I recommend this? Well, if you're a big time fan, you kind of like that scorpion tail design right there. They got the older version, which is actually called the Scorpion Tail, that the Tops had discontinued some time ago. I can't find them. I've looked. Larger, it's got that heavy traction coating on it. The micarta scale, it's like a black linen micarta, white and black. And, the kydex sheath, a little bit bigger than this version. But I picked up one of these. I just thought, you kind of have to break in the sheath on this a bit. It's a bit of a pain getting this in and out of the sheath. So you'll get used to that, though, if you pick one up. Yeah, they're around 84, I don't know, 86, depending on... I'm sorry, my hand's in the way here. 84, 86 bucks, depending on who you buy it from. And, not a bad little knife. course, again, it's $10.95 steel, but we all know that, don't we? So I can hear you guys yelling at me through the computer screen. Red, get on with it, we know. The Backpacker's Bowie, however, I really like. Think of this as a highly upgraded version to the old Ontario 499, you know, the old aircraft survival knife. You got the micarta handles. It's kind of like a desert tan or brown, khaki almost. Finger grooves, very comfortable grip. Small knife, but you'd be surprised, even if you got big hands like mine, how comfortable that fits in your hand. You know, it's just very comfortable. There's no buck sitting there. Yeah, $10.95. Got that little hook right there if you want to. You're cooking over the campfire and you want to hook the pot and set it down somewhere else because it's hot or whatever. Some people will sharpen that swedge back there. Mine did not come sharp. I heard that it was available in both options, but I don't know. Yeah, it's really nice. I like this one a lot. And it keeps a wicked edge. It's just, I call it my desert knife, you know, because it's just kind of something you would take, and I'm out here in the desert, you would take with you. And just kind of like an all-around utilitarian. The sheath is, you can swivel that clip right there. So you can have scout carry, you know, if you want. It's tough to do this with one hand, but you get the idea. Excuse me. You can turn this however you want. And it fits very nicely in that sheath. And this thing, though, I think was around 135, something like that. Of course, depends on who you buy from. Shipping and handling, tax, all that kind of crap. And yeah, I really like this one a lot. I really do. And boy, it keeps a wicked edge. I'll give you an idea of the stock on this thing. You know, it's got jumping there. It just kind of have a little bit of a dip right there. You know, people rely too much on their thumbs for blades. I don't like having to. You know, what if your thumbs are busted? What if your thumbs are sore? You can't use your thumbs. You got to rely on the grip. So I don't use jimping. I mean, if it's there, it's fine. If it's not, whatever. But it's a nice knife. I would recommend this one. It's good for scout carry, EDC, or just, you know, vertical, whatever you want. Slightly curved, 45-degree angle, whatever. And that about does it. So stay tuned. I will be getting some more. I had picked up one of those, for example. I picked up the CRKT Zap. Not the D2, not that expensive. I can't afford that shit. But I got the 4116, the new and improved, Zollingen stainless, surgical stainless, which I like. And I'll do a video on that next as well as some others. Maybe I'll do 2 or 3 at a time. I don't know. I don't monetize these videos. And if you folks glean any kind of info off these, and it helps to provide you with, information to help you decide on your next knife purchase, well, that's great. And that's really why I do this. Just for the heck of it. Give you guys kind of an idea, about these knives. And comfortable upside down, too. And if it helps you decide on your next purchase, well, that's great. So, there you have it. And I guess we'll see you on the next video. I know it's been a long time. Bear with me. My younger sister, was recently in a car accident. Pretty bad, but she's okay. But anyhow. So there you go. The top's Quickie. And the top's Backpacker's Bowie. Okay. I'd also like to give a shout out, you folks, to Jimmy Slash And Let's Do It Up. You can look them up. I'll try to put the links in the channels. And a couple of fellow brothers in Christ and fellow knife collectors. And check out their channels. Good people. And thank you for watching, folks. God bless and have a nice day. Bye-bye.